What if I told you that you're only doing 2 hours of real work a day? Now, you might be saying, well, that's crazy. I'm at the office for 8, 9, 10 hours. But here's the thing, not everything we do in finance adds value. What I want to do is show you how you can claw back the time, ditch the busy work, and focus on the things that really move the needle. Sound good? Let's get started. Welcome to the channel. I'm Mike, I'm a senior finance leader, and over the last decade, I've worked in finance everywhere from the Fortune 100 all the way to brand new startups. And over that time, I've learned that we spend so much time on the things we think matter when those things are actually just the tools that get us to the results that really matter. And today, I want to highlight that difference for you and show you what your 2-hour workday actually looks like and how you can add way more value in your finance career. The goal of all this? To get you promoted, to get you that next raise, whatever your goal is, I want to help you get there. Make sure to stick around to the end for my secret tip that will tie everything together and launch you ahead of your peers as you get ready for that next promotion. So now let's talk about the 2-hour workday. Is it fact or is it fiction for finance pros? Well, the sad reality of the matter is that most finance pros only spend 2 hours a day on work that actually matters for the company and for moving their career forward. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not suggesting that you can get away with being in the office for 2 hours by doing the value-added work. Your boss will think you're crazy, and you probably won't have a job for very long. But what I want to do is get that time to be as productive as possible, get the busy work on, and what this is going to do is think about this. You could be in the office for 8 hours, other people could be there for 10. But if you're doing 6 to 8 hours of work that really moves the needle and they're doing 2, you're going to zoom far ahead of them. So what are these non-value-added tasks? Well, these are things like manual data entry, formatting reports, cleaning data, updating reports, doing the thing we all love where we copy Excel spreadsheets into PowerPoint. It just doesn't add value. Yes, the output is needed, but the process doesn't add value. Value-added work are things that boost revenue, cut costs, make your boss shine. We'll talk a little more about that later. But the rest, it's just fluff that you don't need, doesn't help your company, and doesn't help your career. This is where automation comes in, and automation changes the game. Tools like Power Query can clean messy data in seconds. The crazy thing about Power Query, it's built right into your Excel. It's totally free, and it can save you 10, 20, 30 hours every single month. You will be amazed at what it can do, and every FP&A professional can benefit. I've got a great course on Power Query. I'll put the link right here for you. I'll teach you Power Query in 15 minutes on YouTube, totally free. There's Power BI, which builds stunning dashboards faster than you can possibly believe. There's AI tools like ChatGPT. They can help draft reports, simplify formulas. And all of this automation comes together to let you focus on big picture things that really matter. It gets the same work done so much more efficiently. Let's look at a case study of a typical month-end close with a forecast update before automation and after. Before automation, you collect actuals data, you update the reports with the data, you add commentary, you build slides, you load the data to forecast. You do forecast adjustments, then you build more slides, you review the numbers with leadership, just the numbers kind of as a scorekeeper, and then you collapse into a heap because you're so tired from how many hours you've been working. But what value have you added? You've put a report and a forecast in front of people with no action items, with nothing they can do about it. So what does this look like after automation? You review your dashboard, which is automatically giving you your financial results. You have time to go spend with your operations team to discuss the drivers. You dig deep into commentary and figure out what's going on, and most importantly, what can be done about it. You make forecast adjustments based on this driver information, working with operations, working with sales teams, whatever you need to do. And then as you go to leaders, you're not reading off a wall of numbers showing the performance. You're reviewing action items from actual conversations you're having with the business, actual insights you've gained from the data, and you're making recommendations to improve the performance of the company. What a difference. And all of this is possible with purely free automation tools. You'd be crazy not to go through with this. Is there a task you'd really like to automate and you're not sure where to get started? Go ahead, drop it in the comments, and I'll give you my thoughts. I read and respond to every single one. So I mentioned adding value earlier. Well, I have something called the Real Deal Framework. And the Real Deal Framework helps you prioritize your work to focus on the things that really move the needle. Really? See? The Real Deal... The Real Deal stands for Revenue, Expense, and Leadership, REAL. To add value to a company, you need to focus almost exclusively on things that add revenue, supporting growth and profitability, saving expenses, cutting waste with smarter decisions, working more efficiently, and lastly, and probably most importantly, make leadership look good. If your bosses and your business partners look good, they'll turn around and make you look good. So the real deal, remember that. That's what's the key to success in finance. The other thing to consider is the art of ruthless prioritization. You need to rank tasks by importance and urgency. There's a great thing called the Eisenhower matrix, where you want to address tasks that are important, but not necessarily urgent. It's critical to be setting aside time for things like projects that can enhance your workflow, that can automate, even if they're not necessarily a fire drill today. Because focusing on things that are urgent but not important can help minimize the number of things that are both urgent and important in the future. If you have the ability to, you want to delegate low value work, you can also eliminate it. I have a great story about how one time I had a team that was producing 30 reports. I decided 1 month in to just not produce or send half of them and see what happened. Only one report of those 15 was actually asked for. The other 14 were not being used. Imagine how, first of all, how silly I felt that we'd been producing all that, but second, how much time my team saved. It cut our work volume down by half, and that wasn't even with automation. That was just by testing if anyone was actually using the work. The other thing is you have to set boundaries and block time. If you want to get big things done, you have to set aside the time. Otherwise, people will swallow up your time. You have to grab that and you have to ruthlessly prioritize getting the big projects that move the needle done. Those big projects can be things that drive the real deal, revenue, expense, or making leadership look good, or they can be the automation projects that let you do more of the real deal. If you're enjoying this video and want even more information on finance automation, make sure to click the link in the description and join my free weekly newsletter, Finance Automation Insider. I'm going to give you my best tips to automate your work and automate your career every single Thursday, and it's totally free. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And as a bonus, I'll send you my guide to 15 5-minute automations to help you get started with your automation journey today. And lastly, visibility is currency. It's not enough to just do good work because people are focused on their jobs and their careers. You need to tell people about the great work you've done. You need to tell people about the results you're driving. You need to tell people about the value you're adding for it to mean anything. A great thing to do is to partner with other teams. Don't just work within your area or your scope. Share best practices. Roll out automations or roll out process improvements across departments, across functions. Not only does it get your name out there, but it shows that you can bring a group of people together to accomplish things. And it makes more bosses look good. Leadership in the real deal. It makes more bosses look good. And in every project you do, confidently and respectfully highlight the ROI of the projects. Make sure to send a project recap email to at least your boss, if not a wider audience, sharing the hours you've saved, the money you saved, the value you've delivered to the business. So in crystal clear writing, they know what value you are adding. If you take away just one thing from this video, I want you to remember to do things that increase revenue, lower expenses, or make your leadership look good. And most importantly, tell people you did it because they won't remember on their own. That's all for today. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, this is Mike signing off from F9 Finance. Cheers.